Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Kendra at Kendra Full of Joy. So today I'm making a what's for dinner, and this is going to be an open collab, and this collab is called What's Up Wednesday. And on What's Up Wednesday, you just do whatever you want to show that you're doing on Wednesday, and I'll talk about that in a minute. You may already know. It is hosted at Tijo Creates, Tijo Creates, all one word. Her name is Lucia. She's really nice. Go on over there and show her some love if you want, and like, comment, both of us. Okay, so I'm making, first of all, I should say my daughter Donna is recovering. That's Patient's mama. She is at home. It was a day surgery. She had her tonsils out. She had her adenoids removed, and she had some sort of tunneling done to her sinuses. The poor thing has had ear infections, sinus infections, colds, viruses, sinusitis, all of that, her entire life. She's in her 40s now, and they're going to take care of it. So anyway, prayers, good vibes, anything you want toward my daughter Donna and the family who live with her. I just got a text from her, and it said, "Come down here and turn the heat down. It's too hot." And I thought, she's delirious. You know, her adult son lives with her, and her daughter, Patience, of course. But anyway, I thought, is anybody getting these messages besides me, other than the person who's supposed to be getting them in the next room? And so I called her, and she sounded awful. And anyway, it's figured out now. So I hope she doesn't have a fever, and that's why she's hot. You know, I would like to be there, but she would rather I not be. Isn't that terrible? Oh, well. Okay, so tonight's dinner is going to be goulash. Goulash is a fan favorite here. When I make goulash, well, in the past, it's always gotten eaten up. And when I say something like that, it tanks on me. It's like I curse it. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to use it. I got, I don't know, 1.5 pounds maybe of ground beef. It'll take salt, pepper, paprika, Italian seasoning. I'll cut up bell peppers real small. I'll cut up some onion real small. Take some garlic. The cucumbers and blackberries are mine. I'm snacking. And because it's 2:22 and I'm hungry, I thought I had a glut of diced tomatoes. These are the ones I just bought. I'm so lucky that I went ahead and, I'll stock up some more diced tomatoes. Probably I use as much diced tomatoes here in my cooking as I do, any other vegetable like broccoli or green beans or whatever. So anyway, it takes 2 of the diced tomatoes and however much tomato sauce I think it needs. I'll start with the big one and go little next. Takes elbow macaroni and beef broth. How much beef broth decides, in the end. It's not a very good recipe for you maybe because it's not accurately written out, and it's a little of this, a little of that. We'll see how it looks, So if you've never made goulash before, you might want to get an actual recipe written down out of a cookbook or from a good friend, maybe your mama. So I'll start with browning this ground beef. And then I'll add some onion and bell pepper chopped up. There we go. Fire's on. I'm using kind of a big pan not because I expect to make this much, but I actually might. Sometimes I lose sight of what I'm trying to do, and that's to feed just 4 adults if I'm lucky. One might show up extra, but it would be unusual. And so, here we go. And they'll eat this leftover for sure. There, that's a better view, isn't it? I'm going to get on browning this and show you next. I cut up the cucumbers that we got at Costco because, these little cucumbers seem to go bad really, really fast. So when I buy them, I like to get them eaten and rather than throw them out, So I made spears for the kids for dipping. Kids, they're all adults. And I made these, just cut these in the fashion that I would because I'm going to put a salad out tonight. I have everything for it, and I also want to use things up for that. And I'm working on my blackberries. Okay, back to this. I have cut up 2 whole bell peppers, green sweet bell peppers, and I may or may not use all of this. Whatever I don't use, I'll put in a bag and stick in the freezer, and we can use it for all kinds of things after it's been frozen. I dehydrate them sometimes too, but I'm not going to do that today. And then I've got a small whole onion, and I think that'll be enough. I can use onion powder if I think I want to. In fact, I probably just will. I didn't get that out. And then I just left that there because I thought if I didn't have enough, but I do. Here is the Italian seasoning, about that much. Smoked paprika, about that much. Pepper and salt. That's probably a teaspoon of salt. There's no salt in this diced tomatoes, you know. So I opened up 2 of the diced tomatoes and 1 of the tomato sauce, which does have salt in it. But I didn't open the little ones yet because I want to wait and see, you know, if we need more. I go by how it looks. And then I'll put the garlic in last. Not last, but after the other part things are in. You'll see. I'm going to show you. Oh, it's just about ready to put the pasta in, and I will cook it. It says 9 to 11 minutes, but I'm going to cook it for 8 because it continues to cook as it's in the warm. The hamburger is done. I'm going to start adding things in. So here we go. Oh, I did salt the water for the pasta. I did, yes. All right, that's boiling and on a timer. And so here we're going to go over here. I've just got this ground beef ready. I'm going to put the onions in first. Okay, got all the onions. I used that whole dish of onions, and then all the spices, except for the garlic, are in here. I don't want the garlic to burn, so I'm going to put it in after I do this. It'll still have time to cook on high for, you know, a minute or so. Not on high, but on a higher temp, but not to burn and get bitter, because that's what I've heard happens. I don't know. I'm no Julia Child. These are doing nicely, and now I'm going to put in probably half of these to start with. Half of the bell pepper, the sweet bell peppers. There we go. That's it for the bell peppers for now. I'll see what it looks like when I'm done cooking them down. I feel like that's enough bell peppers, so I will be freezing just that little bit. That's enough to top a pizza or two, you know, so just to have on hand rather than let it go bad, which is I'm terrible about doing that. One more, well, half a minute left-ish, 3/4 of a minute. On the pasta, and then I'll drain that. I've got the drainer in the sink, and I'm going to turn this off for a minute. Nah, I'll leave it on for a minute, sorry. I'm going to turn it down low and stick that garlic in there now for just a little bit. Here's that garlic, and if my husband were not here, I would double this. He doesn't like a lot of garlic, so there you go. All right, strain these garlands. Good job, Kendra. Good job. Okay. I'm not going to rinse this. I'm going to shake it dry, throw it in the pan. First I'm going to put the sauce in. 2 cans of chopped tomatoes, 1 big can of sauce first, and I'll stir it and see how it looks. All right. I still have to put in the beef broth, too. And, of course, the pasta. You know what? That might be enough sauce with that beef broth. We'll see how much that pasta sucks up the moisture, though. As it does sometimes, you know. Here we go. Pasta's in. Give it a real thorough stir and get back to you with the beef broth. Opened and shaken. Just the great value. I'm going to start with half of this. See how it looks. All right, that's 2 cups of the beef broth. There's 4 cups in the whole container. So I'm also going to freeze this because I won't use it for a while. But when I'm out of it and I find some in the freezer, I'm all kinds of happy, you know, because I have some. Anyway, I'll see how this looks in a little bit. I forgot to add some parsley. So I'm going to do that when it's almost done, so it'll keep its color too, a little bit anyway. Okay, I did a taste test, and here's what I would do different. And I never, you know, like I said, I'm bad about recipes, but I have started buying very, very lean ground beef, like the leanest of ground beef, you know. And I think that the higher fat ground beef in this is a better choice because the flavor comes out more. You know, a little bit of fat in a dish is good. I don't mean like get, you know, the yuckiest ground beef, but a little bit of fat on your tongue is going to make that flavor pop just a little bit anyway. And this has none. I think they'll eat it. I'm sure they'll eat it, but it would have been better with a higher fat ground beef. Okay. All right, I did add a little bit more before I put the bag in the freezer and mark it and all of that. It did suck up a good bit of the juice. So this ought to be fine. I'm going to turn it off and put a lid on it. And let me see. Something next. I'm not sure what. It's all done. I scooped some out and I put some in a bowl for myself. I did add parsley. It just kind of disappeared, you know, so I don't know. Maybe you should do, I don't know. If you use fresh, you can do it at the table. I had dehydrated, so sorry. um, so that's all I have to say. Remember to keep my daughter, please, in your thoughts and prayers because she's, you know, by herself. She's not married and she's got a 21-year-old son taking care of her. You know what I mean? Okay. Take care, everybody. Have a great day. Like, comment, and subscribe.